So after months of nagging, I decided to take both boys with me on a fishing trip, and we went to Linear Fisheries Tar Farm Lake 7. They weren't getting it easy though. I gave the boys a GoPro and told them to film the whole thing as I set about setting up the mighty Tempest 200 Aquatexx EV Bivvy. Even though we're only just doing a 24-hour session, the Tempest 200 is so quick and easy to put up that I thought, you know what, let's just get it out and get the boys out there in the fresh air.
What are you doing? Why are you filming me? You're being creepy. I'm going.
So yeah, I'm at the fishing place in... Daddy, what's this place called again? Tar Farm Lakes. Okay, so we're gonna go carp fishing with Ted. So yeah, we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna eat omelette, burger, roasted marshmallows and bacon sandwiches tomorrow.
What are we gonna do?
Eat burger, marshmallows, omelette, bacon sandwich in the morning. So yeah, this is where we are. And this is our giant bivvy. As you can see, it seems like a bivvy for a giant, but...
The Tempest 200, despite being really easy to put up, is a big bivvy and it takes 3 bed chairs with ease, which is perfect for me and the boys.
What are you doing, Dada?
Oh, jacket's coming, jacket's coming. So you want to move it. Jacket's coming. It's literally coming. And here you go, Alfie, you can hold it. Right. No filming the ground.
I won't.
Don't hold it down.
There's another sign over here. We are peg 1.
Wait. Super. Here you go. No more. Ow. I'm already in bed. Alfie.
But I get in bed.
We're all getting in bed.
As well as the 200, I also set up a Tempest brolly in the swim just for me to fish out of and for me to do a bit of cooking, making the brews and stuff like that, just to keep the clutter out of the main bivvy. We're fishing solid bags obviously. With not much to go on location wise, I quickly got the rods out in the middle of the lake just because it was raining and the kids were already nagging at me that they wanted feeding.
There you go.
So while the boys played hide and seek under the bed chairs in the bivvy, I set about making them some lunch. This was going to be a Sarah Brown special, cheesy omelette with baked beans and mini sausages. A veritable banquet on a rainy day, fit for a king, or at least for my 2 boys and me. What do you think? A change of tactics was in order after lunch as I'd spotted some fish showing near the reeds hard to my left. I checked with the bailiff who said it'd be okay for me to just move the rods slightly to the left of my swim, giving me access to these reed beds, and set about getting the rods out. And after moving the rods, it didn't take too long until we're into our first fish of the session.
Got it. It's on.
After picking up the rod, I handed it to Jack, who played the fish in like a pro.
He's in, then that.
He's caught carp before, as our Jack, but this was definitely the biggest one he'd ever caught to date. We didn't weigh it, but it was possibly a low double. Look at him holding it like a champ. We used one of the new Sanctuary T1 retention slings to return the fish to his watery home.
There you go. Bye-bye. Thank you. You are very heavy. Very, very heavy. Why is the water still very heavy?
After returning our prize, Alf helped me load the next solid bag with the pellets, which we then injected with some betaine liquid for some extra attraction.
Yeah.
It was venom.
No.
You'll have to forgive the kids for not filming the next couple of bites, but we did land a couple more fish, and as you can see, these Tar Farm fish are absolute bangers. Can't wait to see what they do in another couple of years.
Yeah, boy.
Alf didn't want to hold any of the carp on this trip, but he did like watching them go back, so we let him use the sling to let one go. Look at that, it's the best bit.
I touched his tail.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next one's yours.
No, Jack.
Alfie's very cold as
Boys will be boys, so as the afternoon drew on, it turned into a little bit of a sparring contest. Probably shouldn't really let that happen because here comes the inevitable. There was nothing a cheeseburger for tea wouldn't cure though, and after dinner I let them do the washing up using the Armalife Power Flow tap. Now I'm thinking about getting one of these installed in the house because they won't do work like this around the home, but they seem to really enjoy using that power flow tap. Who can blame them though? It really is an awesome piece of kit. It's something that I didn't think I'd use that much at first, but since having one, I've not looked back.
What is it?
Hot chocolate.
Yeah! The softies. I got some marshmallows.
Seeing as they've been such good boys and done the washing up, I made them some hot chocolate with the obligatory marshmallows, and I even reeled the rods in for the night, given that they weren't fishing directly out of the front of the swim, and after a long day I fancied a bit of a rest myself. I woke up before the boys to find a really misty morning. I got the rods back out and set about making them some breakfast. Look at that, bacon and eggs. Ooh. After checking that Mrs. Coot was okay on the nest, the boys set about collecting enough stones to re-gravel the drive, and then I set about taking the house down. I really couldn't fault the Tempest 200 Aquatexx EV on this trip. It really was a fantastic shelter, housing us and all of our equipment and 3 beds on this trip, and it went down just as quickly as it went up, as you can see. If you've got a couple of kids like me and you're thinking of taking them fishing, I really can recommend the Tempest 200. Unfortunately though, that was the end of the session and we had to go home, but here you go, here's a look at some of the fish that we caught as I promised earlier. Just want to say a quick thank you to the guys at Linear Fisheries for having us down. If you're thinking of getting the kids into fishing, I can highly recommend Tar Farm Lakes. It's a fantastic addition to the complex.